Hi and welcome to today's project. In today's project I want to make a base for my palm Dewalt trimmer router in place of this plastic one, but I also want to put two handles on either end. So what I've got here really is the base for that. I've kept the original base on there, and I shall unscrew this because I'm going to use this as a template onto here. I bought two small chrome handles. This is a template I printed of an oval just off Google, just to get rough shape. And I think, is this the one? No, it's actually this one's the one I want. So it will be going like this with the two handles on either side. Let me just open this other pocket. So the idea is that I shall be able to hold on to these. These are actually a bit small, but I'll be able to hold on to these, and it'll be easy lifting up a base to move to another area, because I'm wanting to make the hand routed signs. And I'm going to be putting this onto I don't know what this is. I think it's acrylic, 5mm acrylic I've actually got, which is the same thickness as the acrylic that came with it. So I shall be cutting basically the shape of the oval out of this. That'll be the first thing I'm going to do, and then I'm going to use this base to mark. I'll find the centre in it, use the base to mark, and we will drill these holes out to use these existing screws in that base, and I will route out with a recessing as well at the back. If you can see, there's a recess so that the screws are hidden. And I should be doing the same with the two handles, and they come with screws with them that I'll be able to screw up from underneath the base. So Dave Rhoten, who is where I got the idea for making this and for the hand routed signs, they do sell this, but it was just by the time it's import tax and postage to the UK, it would be a bit more expensive than making it yourself. So I'm going to attempt to make this myself and see how I get on. That's me. I've actually just sellotaped that transfer on the top so that I can follow the outline. I've left the coating on each side of the plastic because I don't want it getting scratched at this point. So I'm just going to follow the outline really on this. It's just all common sense stuff really. Using 1/8 of an inch blade. Okay, I've taken the base off the bottom of the router bit, and now I needed to find, I've used the inlay that I cut round to put the markings on for drilling out and cutting the holes, because it'll be a lot easier just to sellotape that onto there and then cut them out directly in than trying to draw on top of the plastic. So first of all, I've put the centre, and I now need to find the centre of this. Okay, I've roughly got it about right there, and that suits me. Oh, I think I just moved that a little bit. So I'm quite happy with that. So I'm now going to just put some pencil lines in here. these holes. So I could go ahead and drill those out, and then we'll come back and do this bits here. All I'm going to do is drill the screw size through. Yes, I'm probably thinking about if I use a 4mm just to put those marks in, that'll be ample enough, because I just need to get the screw through, and then we'll do the, I'm going to use a small Forstner bit. Hold on a minute. Yeah, I'm going to use a small Forstner bit just to do the inserts in these. I think it's roughly about the same size as what was already used, just to make the edge a little bit flatter so that the screw sits into it a little bit better. Okay, I'll do that next few bits at a time lapse. Okay, so far so good. So I managed to get those bits done, as you've seen on the time lapse. These are actually quite thick, so I had to go quite a way through, but be enough to hold. So that would be that one's, and that's that one's, and they will be quite smooth. When I did the Forstner bit, it left a lot of malted plastic around the top there. I just went back in again and did it a second time, and it seemed to clear most of it. I will try and smooth some of that off, but you have to be very careful, because you don't want to scratch the base as well, because that'll make it sticky when you're moving it around on paper, and that it'll start catching. So that's it really. That was quite straightforward. This should now just screw onto here. Messed up by hand, and then get a screwdriver. Right. That's quite interesting. That might not be a bad thing. Right, what I think I might do is I actually have, this might be quite handy. I forgot the screw only goes in a certain way because of the door, but we could do with it a bit higher. Okay, I could do with it that height. So I think I might actually turn a little bit of wood to put into there. Yeah, I'll do a time lapse of that as well. So let me unscrew this. We're all ready to get the base in now. That should screw into there, no problem. The screw should fit because it's the same size as the piece that I took out. So what I think I'm going to go on and do now is I'll go to the lathe and we'll turn a couple of little blocks to go onto here. And that'll heighten it up a little bit, which will be a little bit better. Okay, that's this on the the lathe. I just used the lathe to actually drill a 4mm hole out of the inside of there. Really is quite straightforward. Let's put this in here. And all I'm basically going to do is It's already 18 mils wide, so I'm just going to measure down 18 mils and then just use a parting tool to cut it off. Otherwise I'd have just rounded it down to 18 mils. I might just take a wee bit of the shiny stuff off, but nothing spectacular. I'm not going to show you because it's quite straightforward. So it was just drilling a 4mm hole into the centre with the lathe. I mean, I didn't have to use this with the lathe. It didn't have to particularly be round. It just needed something to go into that bit. So drill a 4mm hole in the centre, and then I need it 18mm, the wedge to go in between the two. So I shall part off at 18mm and it should be ready straight away to go in. Okay, that's just a test fit of these bits now, so that's them in there, which actually gives me a bigger handle to hold on to, which will be a lot better I think when you're routing, because it's going to be a bit easier lifting it up. So those fit fine. I mean, I still haven't taken the plastic off here because I'm just doing a test fit basically on everything. Right, it'll be the same for this. So I was just going to test fit this into place. Just to make sure that everything's alright before I take the plastic off. And that all the screws fit in okay. I'm not going to push that anymore. I'm going to re-drill that out. It should only take a second actually. I'll just place a drill in and just round it out a little bit more. Right, apart from that one, everything else appears to be fine on there. The Dewalt obviously, because this is just the outer case of the Dewalt, which I haven't used because it's been on my X-Calf, but that'll fit in there fine. Now I still got to put the centre hole in, and I was actually wondering how would be best to do that. I think I might use a Forstner bit to take that out. Right, so that's the basic idea anyway. Okay, so I'm going to go away now. I'm actually going to finish it because I think you don't need me to show you any more on this. I'm just going to drill that hole out and just move it around a little bit because it only needs about 1mm and it'll be sitting perfect. Remove the plastic from here, and then I'm going to try and lightly just move over those edges so that, I'm not quite sure how I'll do it, maybe a little bit of sandpaper and just rub it gently around the edges just to round them over, and the same with the outer edge there. And then I'm going to use a Forstner bit, I'm not quite sure what, maybe 1 1/4 inch Forstner bit, which I think that might be. Let's have a look. That's a bit bigger. Just even a bit bigger than that. Yeah, there it is there. So that is 1 1/2 inch. So I think I might go and get that hole done and in the bottom. Okay, I'll go away and do those bits and then I'll come back. Okay, all done. That's it all there now. Easy to move around for doing the hand routing. That's a Dewalt in it now. So, pretty straightforward. I just, I did use the Forstner bit for that, so that's fine. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Like I say, it was just a quick one really, just to show you how I'm going to make the base for that. And the next one that I'm actually going to do is excuse me, sneezing, is to make the sign that I've with my logo on it for the back of the shop. So that will be the next video I'll actually make for this now. So great little router, the Dewalt. But you could make, it wouldn't matter what palm router you had, you could do exactly the same as I did to make the base for it. And you know, the 5mm base I think will be sturdy enough. I mean, there's no shift in it at all. But I mean, the real telltale will be to see if it actually works when it comes to routing out something. So so that's it. Hope you enjoyed, and if you like this, please give us a thumbs up. Any comments, leave them below, and if you've not already subscribed, please do subscribe. And that's it for now.